Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of the A-18C tutorial series. In this episode we'll take a look at how to successfully and effectively employ JDAMs on 4 separate targets. Let's get started. The JDAM, or Joint Direct Attack Munition, is a GPS guided weapon based on the Mark 82 and Mark 84 conventional weapons. You can see on the wings here I've got GBU 31s, which are modified versions of the Mark 84 conventional weapon. 2 of them are fitted with the standard JDAM kit, which includes some guidance fins at the back and a GPS section sort of in the middle there. The 2 inboard stations of the F-18 are carrying the bunker buster versions, which include a steel 1-inch casing which can penetrate hardened targets and aircraft bunkers. Coming back into the cockpit, we'll have a look at the different ways in which we can set up these weapons. So we've got 4 targets, and I have noted the coordinates of all 4 targets using the F10 map. I can do this by using the precision coordinates at the top left and then placing my mouse cursor over a target. This will give us north, east and elevation for accurate target information. I've written the coordinates for all 4 targets down. They're all at waypoint 1, which helps me know whereabouts I'm going to be aiming. So the first thing to do is obviously set master arm switch to ARM, select air to ground mode, and then selecting one of the JDAMs. So I've got the, if I zoom in here, I've got the J84, which is JDAM Mark 84, and that's the 2,000 pound bomb. Once I've selected the weapon, I can go to JDAM display, and this gives us a little bit more information on the weapon itself. We've got the aligned quality 0-1 good, so as soon as it's at 0-1 good, that means that it's accurate enough for using as a JDAM. So we'll select mission for this one, and we've got 5 different missions that we can choose from. In fact, actually we've got 6 here on the right. So we'll select pre-planned 1. And this will allow us to actually set up our target information. We can see that we're in pre-planned mode, which gives us the pre-planned targets. So I'm going to select target UFC, which brings up the information on our upfront controller. So to input the position, we'll click on the position, and then we'll do the latitude first. And this will be north 34, 51, 19, enter 98. So once you've entered the first part, then you can enter the decimal point, so 0.98 for this case. Enter again, and we can see that that populates on the left hand side there. Click on the longitude, and we can either choose west or east, so we'll click east. That'll be 38, 50, 35 and 52. Enter, and that inputs there. We'll then double click this to go back to the old menu, click feet, and that's 1564 feet of elevation, which inputs there. We also have the options for the terminal phase of the JDAM. So once it's been dropped from the plane, it will then enter a terminal phase a little bit further along in its path. It will then enter a steep dive to attack the target. So from this we can select our final heading, angle and velocity of the weapon, and the angle and velocity are set at 60 degrees and 700 feet per second respectively. For the heading, we can select the ruler tool, and then we can right click and give us our final heading of 045, and that's magnetic. So we'll enter 045, which will input there, and then we can leave the other settings as is. Pre-planned 1 is now not crossed out, which means that we've entered all of the information that we need to. So we can click return to stores. It's now saying ready, but we need to make sure that our electronic fuse is set to instantaneous, and that way we can actually drop the weapon. To set up the other targets, we can click step, and we can see that station 2 is now not ready because we haven't set it up. So we'll select the mission for that, and each mission is set independently for each weapon themselves. If you have more than one weapon on each station, then you'd have to set up 2 pre-planned targets. So I'll just input the target data now, and I'll speed it up. Okay, all the target information has now been inputted, and we can just step between the different weapon stations to ensure that we've got our correct targets selected. I'll now click return and then go back to stores page, and then the profile for this mission will be selecting the first set of weapons, and then we can actually step between them very quickly. So release, step, release, and then select the other weapon, release, release, and all 4 weapons should hit the 4 targets simultaneously. Looking back at our HSI, we can see the target information with some extra lines, and these lines will basically show us what our final heading should be. And for this mission it should be 045. So as we come around this corner, we'll be lining up 045, and then the circle will start to get a little bit larger for our release queue. There's the circles, so we'll line ourselves up now, speed up. We're now approaching the time till maximum range, and it's now displaying that we're inside the zone. We're going to fly a little bit further into the zone just to allow us for best probability of kill. I usually wait till about here, and then we're going to go weapon release twice and then select the other weapon, weapon release twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now all 4 JDAMs will be guiding towards their individual targets. Different variants here. We've obviously got the bunker buster with the penetration case. It's going to allow for a lot better probability of kill, especially on hardened targets. So over the target area now, it's going to enter its terminal phase and then guide towards its target. We're going to zoom out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 tanks destroyed in one pass. This concludes the use of JDAMs, or Joint Direct Attack Munitions, for the FA-18C Hornet. Hope you enjoyed.